The classic solution to the problem of the weirs acting as a barrier is to fit a fish pass. In this case, there's actually a main sewer that runs underneath the weir. We can't actually lower or remove the weir in any way, which would be the ideal situation. So they've had to fit a fish pass here, which is great in as much as it gives at least a proportion of the fish some of the time a chance to get around the barrier. But it doesn't do anything for the habitat. It's got a very, very high maintenance requirement in order for it to work. And even when it is working, only a certain proportion of fish species would be able to use it. Fish passes are a least worst solution. It's far, far better, both for the habitat and for the connectivity, to actually lower or remove sections of the weir, even if you're not removing the whole structure. Fish, in order to find them and use them, they need what's called an attraction flow, a strongly flowing plume of water that they can navigate towards. The siting of the exits of fish pass is absolutely crucial from that point of view, particularly balancing that with the main flow of the river itself. So in many cases it's not actually possible to achieve that perfect compromise where the attraction flow from the fish pass actually occurs downstream of the main attraction flow that's coming over the barrier itself. So in many cases most fish are going to be attracted to the base of the obstruction rather than actually at the fish pass as well. And then the other classic thing is that if there's any trash accumulation at all, not enough water will flow down the fish pass for it to even function very, very effectively. So there's not enough water actually in the structure itself for fish to swim up it. And of course, you might just about get enough flow down the fish pass to have fish swim up it, but too little of it dribbling out to the end of the fish pass to actually attract fish to want to do that.
The Rockshoot Fish Pass behind me was built in the year 2000 by the Environment Agency. It cost £1,500,000, which gives some indication of the total cost associated with addressing the 60 or 70 weirs which still remain on the River Dom system. It's 130 metres long and takes out a head difference between the river below and the river above of 3.5 metres. It's built out of huge lumps of rocks which are piled up at an angle of 1 in 25. Each piece of stone acts to create a little pocket of still water behind it, and the fish simply use it like a set of stepping stones until they eventually move from the bottom of the structure over the crest of the weir. Installation of this fish pass actually allowed free passage of fish for the first time in 800, almost 900 years in fact. But it only allowed fish to ascend as far as Sprotborough, which is about 4 or 5 kilometres further upstream. So it had a positive effect, but a limited effect in that it only allows fish a further 5 kilometres upstream.